Blaze King. Balla, your true, real, and honest thoughts. Give them to me right now.
Blaze King is pretty good. I don't know what he's been doing the last little while, but he was on that Boom team. And doing quite well when I saw him at Champions. I thought he was pretty good. Not as good as Tabata or Monyet or any of the other Indo players, but still good. I don't know. It just feels like they've kind of like blew up their roster and gone into a direction that is kind of very similar, a mixed roster out of all over SCA and Pacific. And will it do well? Who knows? Who knows?
Took a map off Optic that one time. Like pretty good that tournament. He's been grinding in the tier 2 times in the Indonesian league again, I think, just still chilling with Boom after all this time.
Yeah.
And I think it's just continued to be pretty solid. I mean, he was a flexible player back at Champions. I imagine that's still the case. He just seems like a solid piece to have in a roster. But it's not like, I don't know. Everyone was like, oh, are they going to sign Ye? And then it's just like, sign a pretty solid, flexible player who is pretty experienced on an international stage. And it's like, that's cool. It's probably a good move. His name is Gary, which is surprising. He doesn't. I didn't think his name would be Gary.
That is the most surprising thing about all of this.
That's cool.
For sure.
Many announcements here. Benkai being the big one, that's the big name drop. Most interestingly is that he made a comment, I believe, in someone else's stream, saying that he wasn't even going to be IGLing for this team.
Yeah, I think he said it in Yinsu's chat when she was talking about things with Boaster and Benkai. But now they have lightning fast Benkai, and the breaking news as we were doing this is that they've signed Russ as well, formerly of Guild.
I mean, when was the last time we saw
Sorry,
Russ
I found
play
it.
at Tier 1? It was like Masters Copenhagen with Guild, right?
And
like,
he was
ages.
atrocious, by the way.
He was the worst player, I think the worst rated player of Masters Copenhagen, if I recall. Like, he had a dumpster of a tournament back then, which, like, plummeted his stock. He got dropped there, and then he's kind of, like, been playing down in Tier 2 for a while. So I have no idea what to rate this guy now.
You guys say this, and I feel like I'm always the guy defending the worst rated players at the events. But in the games that they won, he had crucial impact.
Yeah, I'm actually with you here, Russ.
When I was watching back, yes, he had moments that I'm like, wow, this guy. But like at the same time, he also had moments that I was like, this guy is making really good decisions. Not just, he lucked into it. He's making really good decisions. And I think that is a good person to have on your team when you're building a roster that is going to be a mismatch of people who I don't know where they're going to come from. I don't know like what experience they're going to have. I think Russ is experienced. I think he can pull himself into a spot that potentially he is frying.
Yeah, I agree.
But
it wasn't just Copenhagen.
I think next year, Russ will be my GOAT.
I mean, maybe. I was looking through, I haven't watched him play particularly in Tier 2, but I was just looking at the stats, and he's not like he's not the worst performer in the Tier 2 leagues. It's not like he's gone down and continued to perform badly in Tier 2. He's like, statistically, he's like middle of the pack, sometimes top third.